Okay, hello and very good evening, everyone. We'll start with today's internship meeting. So I hope all of you have raised your hand for the presentation. We'll go in order of raised hands. Okay, so first person is Nishant.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please start.
Yeah. So I'm not able to share my screen.
Wait, I can't find your name in the list. Can you share your email, please?
nkatpalia2000 @gmail.
Sorry?
nkatpalia2002. Should I type it in the chat?
Yeah. Just a minute, I'll check. Sorry, I can't find your name in the list. Can you show me the email where you have received the date?
Just a second, sir.
I have allowed the screenshot.
I can't find that email right now.
Yeah, I believe you are not scheduled. Did you click on schedule presentation?
Yes, sir.
And did you receive an email saying that you have presentation on this date?
Yes, sir. It was of 12th April.
Did you receive a confirmation mail that you are we received your scheduled presentation mail, or did you receive a confirmation that your presentation is scheduled?
It is scheduled on 12th.
Sorry, but I can't find your name in the list. Can you tell me what your topic is?
Task 1. I'm from Cloud Computing Group, and my task was to create a Linux instance on AWS.
Okay, wait, there is some Linux. Okay, so for Linux instance, the name I have are Dokai Bhargava, Tejas, Kaustubh, Sudhanshu, Videsh, and Abbas. Yeah, I don't have your name.
So, should I schedule for tomorrow?
Can you not find the email confirmation email?
No, sir.
Yeah, then you must have not received it. Okay, click on schedule presentation again if you don't receive that mail.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So we'll move on to next person. That is Rohit Kumar Patra.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, is your name is there?
Rohit Kumar Patra, you are scheduled for some that is building a simple Java application.
No, sir. My project was stock. My project was stock trading application.
You are not scheduled for that. I believe you are scheduled for the wrong topic. That is fine. I will let sir know that. You can
Is
give
it,
your presentation.
sir? Is it wrong topic that stock trading application?
No,
Because,
you in the list you are scheduled for wrong topic. You can give presentation for your topic. Okay.
okay.
In my list it said using Facebook Graph API, but that is from different group. You are from
Yes,
Java, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can go for this topic. Please start.
Okay. Okay, sir. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it is very good. Continue.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. My name is Rohit Patra, and my project name is Stock Trading Application. And my task of that project is overview of project in Synopsis. So I am from Java Developer Group. So here is the outline. That is introduction, then primary goals and user experience, then key feature, then payment and currency option, then customizability and integration, then last is conclusion. So here is first the introduction. So the stock trading application, which is a software system and that allow user to buy and sell stock in real time. So here is the real time is up to date time or immediate time using a user friendly interface. So here user friendly interface means a user can easily buy and sell without any problem. So another is the application is integrated with popular stock exchange such as the National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. So here is the primary goals and user experience. So the primary goals of stock trading application is to provide with a convenient way to trade stock online. So here the convenient way mean a user can easily buy and easily sell the stock by just one click. So the application allows user to access real-time stock market data, view their portfolio, and execute trade instantly. So here the real-time stock market data is up-to-date time, and the view their portfolio mean that the graph, which time it is up, which time it is down, that is the graph. So and execute trade instantly. So it quickly buy and quickly sell without any hanging, without any problem. So the last is the application is designed to be highly responsive, scalable, and secure, ensuring the user having a seamless trading experience. So here the point is the user can easily buy and sell data without any problem, and it is so secure and scalable. So the next point is key features. So the key feature is the application, the stock trading application includes several key features such as real-time stock code that I have told the real-time that means up-to-date stock codes, and that after that another is advanced charting tools, then is news alert, and then is customized watch list. So here the news alert is sending always news that which stock is growing, which stock is falling. So and the customized watch list means you can there set which coin you can want to watch or want to buy, you can set there. So another point is user can create personalized watch list to track specific stocks and receive alert when those stocks reach certain price level. So the point means you can set the goal. That's mean if you are buying Bitcoin, if you are going to search Bitcoin, after that after that you will give a alert that if the coin is cross 40 lakhs, then it will send a message. After getting the message, you can buy or sell the coin. So here is the key feature. After that, the payment and currency option. So the stock trading application has various payment gateways, and it is secure and secure transaction. So here the some payment gateways: credit card, debit card, online wallet, UPS, and wire transfer. So the application also support multiple currencies because by the using of multiple currency, it can use trade stock globally. So after that, customizability and integration. So the stock trading application is designed to be highly customizable, allowing financial institute to tailor the platform to their specific needs. So here the point means the stock trading application is created ability to customizable intensively. So here the financial institution is able to modify the data by the suit of their particular problem. So the application can be easily integrated with existing trading platform, risk management tool, and other financial software systems. So the last is here conclusion. So overall, the stock trading application is a powerful and versatile platform that provide user with a convenient and secure way to trade stock online. So here by the using of stock trading application, a user can easily trade online without any problem. It is so secure. So the stock trading application is built in Java, and it is ensured that it is highly responsive and scalable and secure. So the application is designed to be highly customizable, making it suitable for use by financial institutions of all sizes. So here is the reference, and after reference, here is the question and answer section, and then thank you. Hello, sir. Hello. Yes,
Yeah, are you done with it?
yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so it was good presentation. You covered all the important points, I would say. But story-wise, it could have been more better. Okay, when you are building a stock trading app, okay.
Yes, sir.
So you did tell me all the features, okay, but it could have been more, presented in much better way. You could have
Ye-
had some kind of story to tell, like how you will start. Like say in a stock trading app, there will be login system, right? So
Yes, sir.
start from one point and then go to the all, then list on all the features. Okay, this is
Yes,
quite generic way of presentation. Okay, when you have a clients, like they are not from technical backgrounds, they will, like it will be hard for them to understand it. So have some kind of story based presentation so that it is more fun and exciting to watch. Okay,
yes, sir.
but whatever
Yes,
it was there, it was certainly good. But as we move on, you are giving more and more presentation. It is time that you upgrade the level of your presentation skills. Okay,
yes, sir.
because this is the presentation skills that we seek from my interns. Like this is the
Yes,
type of presentation we want. But
yes,
as now that you have given this type of presentation, I want you to upgrade your level next time. Okay,
yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir. Thank
work
you.
on your story thing. Okay, other than that, whatever was there, it was good. Okay,
Yes,
work on that part. Other than it is good. Okay, so we'll
yes.
move on to next person. That is Nikhil Biradar.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Rohit. Hello, Nikhil. Please to know that.
Sir, actually, my all presentations are pending. So can I start with the first presentation? Means,
Then can you wait? Just wait. I will ask someone else because only two people are left, right? So if she only has one presentation, she can give and leave. Hello, Sakshi.
Hello? Yes, sir.
How many presentation do you have?
One, sir.
Okay, then you can give your presentation. Nikhil, you
Okay,
can
okay.
give all the presentation pending after this one. Okay, Sakshi, please start.
Yes.
What is the name of your topic?
Sir, JavaScript
Yeah,
scopes and closures.
I have your name. You can start.
Yes, yes. Sir, is my screen visible?
No, you are not sharing.
Sir, now?
Yeah, now it is.
Yes. Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Sakshi Narkhede. I'm from Web Developer Group. So today we are going to cover the topic from project JavaScript concept and fundamental. So my task name is function, scope, and closures. So in this, we'll first go with functions and then scopes and then closures. So let's see it one by one. So what are functions in JavaScript? So functions are the first class citations in JavaScript, which means that they can be treated as variables, passed as arguments to other functions and returned from other functions. So they can have parameters which are placeholders for values that can be passed when the function is invoked. These functions are the return statement in which we can specify the value that is written when the function is executed. We can see an example here. We have a function greet, and in this I have passed a parameter argument called as name, and then I console.log it this name parameter. And after that, I have called the Greek function saying that the name is John. So I will get the output as hello John. So now what is the use of this function? So first is reusability. So function allows us to define a block of code that can be reused multiple times in a program. Second is encapsulation and modularization of code. So basically encapsulation means functions can encapsulate private data and their behavior. Uh, After that, we have code organization and maintainability. Then we have event handling. So event handling is very important in a function. Functions can be used as event handler to respond to user uh, interactions. Then we have error handling. So errors can also be handled in a structural manner. So next is JavaScript scopes. So here we have three scopes in total: global scope, local scope, and block scope. Let's see it one by one. So first we have the global scope. So variables declared in outside the any function or a block. Block means any if statement or a for loop or a while loop you can consider. So outside that declare any function is called as a global variable, and that the whole thing is known as global scope. So they can be accessed anywhere in your code. So here you can see the example. I have declared a variable global in which says I am a global scope, and I have a function here, global function. So I have printed I am a global function, and when I console.log global means here the variable, it will print the variable, and after that it will call the function. Means function we have this inside the function we have this input, so it will give that out. After that we have local scope. So local scope, variables and functions declared inside a function are called as local scope. So they can be accessed only inside a function. You cannot access it if they are declared outside. It will give you an error. You can see an example over here. I have declared a local variable inside a function, and I have console.log it. So it will print the output as I am in local scope because it is inside the function. But again, I have called it outside the function, so it will give me an error because it is inside the function and called outside the function. If I called it inside the function, then it would have given me the right output. So it is necessary to call it inside the function. Third is block scope. So variables declared with let and constants within a block are in a block scope. So here I have block means I told you earlier that block means any if statement or a for loop. So in this example, I have written an if statement here. So I have declared a variable as let and constant. I have two variables here, and I have called them, and it had print the same output. But after that, I have called it outside the function, means if statement. It will give it gives an error. Why? Because it is outside the block, and it is called they are declared inside the if statement. So they'll if I have called it outside, then it will give me an error. So now next is closures in JavaScript. So closures are created every time a function is created. Through closure, it is possible for a function to have private variables. Okay, so I will explain it with an example. So here we have an outer function, and inside the outer function, we have an inner function. So in this, the inner function is behaves as a closure for us. Okay, so now this inside outer function, we have this variable, and we have called that inside an inner function. So it will give me an output as I am outside, which is I have called this inner function here. So it will give me an output as this. So now let's see a simple web page that I have created. So I have created a simple shopping cart in which we can add an item here. For example, if I got pants for 200 and I'll add it, so it will give me total of 200 rupees, and it will show here also. And suppose I have buy some shirts for 400 rupees, it will add the item to the list, and it will give the total of all the items I have got. So let me show the code of this. I have just used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So HTML, I have simply created this, what you can say, the front end part. And for JavaScript, I have used the main functions shopping, and inside that I have created two functions, that is add to cart, which gives me, here you can see the total. So this total is done by, is calculated by this function. And render items means the items which are appending here are done by this function. So here I have declared these two variables, items and total, inside the shopping function, so that they can be private variables and they cannot be accessed outside the function. So we can avoid conflicts between the names if we are having same name. So it avoids the conflict. So I have used that thing here over here. So yeah, and these are the references you can refer. And conclusion. So functions, scopes, and closures are fundamental concepts in JavaScript that are closely related and interconnected. So it is very crucial to know if you are wanna build any project in the JavaScript. So if you have any questions, you can ask it freely. Thank you.
Are you done with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, your presentation is good, and even last time your presentation was good. And with respect to your flow, the way you are presenting, you have gone better. The flow was better from last time, and now this is the time when we increase the level of your presentation, because your presentation was good, but it was not good story wise. So, what is a story?
Hmm.
Say when you have a topics like function closure, they are most factual topics that you need to include facts like what is function. You have to tell us, and it is really hard for you to make a story out of it. Okay, because this is the type of this is a topic that is really hard for a story base. So now imagine that when you go to your college, okay, suppose we are learning a boring topic like compiler. Your teacher comes in, okay, and then she started teaching you about compiler, and you are getting really bored. But suddenly she asks one of the boy to stand up. She asks him some question. Now everyone is on alert that she will ask question to anyone. But then she says that, okay, this question doesn't make sense. Why? Because we have not studied it. And then she starts teaching you. Then before, everyone was getting bored, but now that she has asked a question, everyone is on alert. They are listening to her properly. This is the
Yes.
common thing that happens on every day in our college. Okay. So when you are explaining something like this, try to start with a problem statement. Okay, when you have a problem statement, people will listen like, okay, so this is the problem this she is talking about. Okay, then how we can solve it? Why function and closure was innovated? What is the reason behind the innovation? Now you have a story, okay, to tell about function, and then you will tell what is function and uncover the truth of your problem statement, like how we can solve it, how function help you to solve that. Now we have a story based presentation instead of simple definition based presentation where you are just defining what is function closure and giving simple examples. Okay, so this is good, your presentation is good. Now for next presentation, I want you to increase the level of your presentation skills. Okay,
Okay. Okay, sir.
this is good because you covered all the important point. You covered the conclusion, references, definition. You had proper examples, and you have proper Q&A. Your demo was also good. You went back to your code and your main demo. But you can also improve your demo skills. When you are doing a demo as a web developer, you are creating the front end and back end, right? As a full stack
Yes.
web developer.
Yes.
So when you are giving a demo on your website,
Hmm.
don't directly go to code and say that this is the element, this is the element. Can you open your demo?
Yes, sir.
Please open the demo.
Sir, web page or the code?
The web page.
Yes, sir. This is. Is it visible?
No, I can see the PPT only.
Okay. Sir, now?
No, I can only see the PPT. Yeah, now it is visible. See, in
Huh.
your web page, there are a lot of elements. I can see a shopping cart, I can see an item list, I can see a cart wheel, I can see a input, and I can see a plus button. Okay.
Yeah. Huh.
Explain what these elements are. Because as a viewer, I don't want to look at a really big code and the text is really small, it is really hard to read. Okay, which becomes really overwhelming for the people who are not from web development team, who are not from coding background, to understand what is going on. If you explain the elements on your screen, you can easily explain your entire code base. Like we have a image tag, and then we have h1 tag, we have input, what input is doing. When you click on button, what is going on? You can explain that JavaScript logic when you click on it, so that people can see, okay, so I have clicked on it, this logic happened, and now I can see this output. And then go back to code and just show them little one or two line, explain only that, and say that we have already explained the code in front end. So it
Hmm.
will make it more interactive for them to understand. Okay, so these are
Yes.
just little tips that you can follow to make your presentation much more professional. Okay,
Yes, sir.
So next time try on this point, because whatever was today, it was really good. It was really better from last time. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
we'll yeah. Thank you for your presentation. We'll move on to next question. That is Nikhil Biradar. Yeah, Nikhil. So how many presentation you have?
Sir, 4 presentations.
Okay, 4 presentation. Can you tell me the name?
Nikhil Biradar. Sorry.
The presentation name.
Okay, the first one is scientific analysis group.
Okay.
Then
And
Caesar Cipher technology by using Java.
okay.
Then web app using Spring Boot.
Okay.
Then developing a RESTful web service
Okay.
and security in Java web application.
Yeah. You are. Yeah, I can find you. You can start.
Okay, sir.
You need to give all 4 presentations separately. Okay.
Yeah, there are five are there, sir.
Okay, so you can give all the presentation, but after your presentation is done, for next presentation, you have to start with your introduction again. Okay,
Okay,
because there will be 5 different presentations.
yes, sir.
Yeah, you can start now.
So is it visible?
It is loading. Yeah, now it is visible to start.
I'm Nikhil. Good evening, sir. I'm Nikhil Biradar from Java Developers Group. Okay, so this was my first task, that is to analyze the scientific analysis group. So coming to the contents, so there are a mission, vision, and area of work of the scientific analysis group. So their mission is to develop the tools and techniques based on the mathematics, computer science, as well as the electronics and telecommunication for the analysis of security and IT products. Then to build generalized as well as the domain specific analytic algorithm and tools, and to establish the state of art facilities for electronic probing, communication signal and protocol analysis. Their vision is to make the scientific analysis group the finest and the cryptology and information security laboratory in the world. Then there are the various area of working of the SAGs. So first one is the advanced mathematical and statistical analysis, where they work. Then signal processing, then high performance computing, the information security, and communication signal and protocol analysis. So basically these are the area of work where the SAG works. Okay, thank you.
Is your first presentation?
Yeah, sir.
Can you go back to slide?
Which
Go back
slide, sir?
more. Go back more. Go back more. Go back more. Okay, scientific analysis. I just wanted to note down the topic because you have multiple topics, right?
Can you score the techniques? No?
No, I need to note down your topic name because you have multiple topics, right? So I need to
Yes.
note down all the name and I need to send it to sir that you have given on different topics. So this
Yeah,
is
actually,
SAG DRDO. Okay.
are you scoring the presentations now?
No, sir will score.
Sir, will score. Okay.
Okay, so for this presentation, I would say it was too small. Okay. See,
That was my first task, so that's
yeah,
fine.
no, but you can make it much more. You need to do much more in-depth research on it. Okay, and you didn't include the reference and Q&A slides and the proper conclusion slides. Okay, you need to include that.
Sir, actually, it was my first, actually I had made it at the first time, so
Yeah,
I
not an issue. Like, but we you will get score based on that. I'm just telling you like what are the criteria of our scoring, so that when you receive the score, you don't tell us like why you received less score or high score.
okay.
Yeah, so you can go on to next presentation.
Yeah, so this is the second task, that is the Caesar cipher technology in Java. So basically these are the contents: introduction, then encryption and decryption, source code, output, and the references. So basically the Caesar cipher is a technology uh, which is founded by the Julius Caesar, the Roman Empire. So basically this is the simplest and oldest methodology of the cryptography. So this is the technology where all the uh, here in the figure it shows A, B, C, D, E. The alphabets are moving with the some key number, and it was uh, so here is a plain text. Uh, Plain text is nothing but it is a simple message written by the user, and cipher text, it is the encrypted message after applying some techniques to that code. So here are the encryption and decryption. Encryption is nothing but the process of converting the plain text into the cipher text, and decryption is a vice versa. So in the figure, it shows the sender sending the plain text, which is encrypted by the recipient's public key, and which will convert into the cipher text, and that is decrypted by the receiver's private key, and again it is converted to the plain text, and it will receive. So basically this is the source code for the encryption as well as the decryption, and here is the output. So here I simply typed the message as ni Nikhil, and the it should be shifted by the 13 key number. So that is the encrypted message is AVXUVY, and after the decryption it will be printed as a original text. So these are the references that I have referred. So thank you.
Yeah, please move on to next presentation.
So actually my camera is not working, so can I stop the camera?
Try to turn off and then turn on again. Maybe.
Actually it was not working.
Yeah, I can see you. Just continue. Yeah, please start.
So this was the third task, building a simple Java web application. So these are the contents. This, what is the Spring Boot? Then why we use? Then what are the features of the Spring Boots? The steps to create a Spring initializer. Then output, conclusion, and references. So basically, what is the Spring Boot? So Spring Boot is a tool that makes it is a Java based open source tool. It is used to make the developing web applications and the microservices with the Spring framework. So basically, Spring Boot is a combination of the Spring framework as well as the embedded HTTP servers, that is the Tomcat and JT, and from that the configurations and are there. So this is the total combination of the Spring Boot. Then why we use? So it provides a flexible way to configure Java beans, then XML configurations as well as the database transactions. Then in Spring Boot, everything is auto configured. So why? Yeah, in Spring Boot, everything is auto configured, so no manual configurations are needed. Then also it includes the embedded servlet container. Yeah, so these are the features of the Spring Boot. It is used to create the standalone Spring applications. Then servers, it uses server like Tomcat as well as JT implementation. There is no need to deploy any WAR files. Then it is automatically configured Spring and the third-party libraries whenever possible. These are the steps to create the web application. First step is to open the Spring initializer. Then we need to provide the group and class name. Then third step is to generate the project. Then extract the RAR file. Then import the folder and we can run that Spring Boot application file. So basically this is the interface of the Spring initializer where we can create a Spring Boot project by using the language, then the version of the Spring, and by adding the dependencies, we can generate the file. So this is the output of the code that I had generated a simple web applications which will simple print my name. So coming to the conclusion, here I studied and understood the concept of the Spring Boot in Java, then studied the Spring framework, then understood various steps to create simple Spring Boot applications and created a simple web app. So these are the references. Thank you. Can I move on to the next presentation?
Okay, please move on.
Yeah, this was the fourth task, developing the RESTful web services. So basically these are the contents. So introduction to the RESTful web services, the Spring Boot, then benefits and developing the RESTful web services, then their testing and deployment, the results, conclusion, and the references. So basically this is the introduction to the RESTful web services. Actually, the RESTful web services is nothing but it is an API that uses the representational state transfer application programming interface protocol to provide a way for developers to access the data from the web service. So basically the REST services allows developers to interact with the web service securely and efficiently. So here is the client which will simply put a request to the database, and the REST web APIs give the results in the format of JSON and XML. So as Spring Boot again is an open source Java based framework which is used to create the microservice based applications. Then it provides an easy way to quick setup, configure and deploy applications. Then there are benefits of RESTful web services. So RESTful web services are lightweight protocol. So here lightweight means it requires less data to be transferred between the client and server. Then RESTful web services are also highly secure and they use the secure authentication method. So here basically one client is there which sends a request in the format of the URL to the server. Then server sends the response in the format of HTML, the XML, SOAP, or in the image format. So developing a RESTful web service requires a thorough understanding of the REST protocols and its associated technologies. So it uses the HTTP protocol, that is hypertext transfer protocol. Then again, it is important to understand the different types of requests and responses that can use in a RESTful web service. Then developers must also be familiar with the different types of authentication methods that can use in the RESTful web service. So here are the four authentication methods. One is the HTTP basic authentication. Then another is the API key authentication. Then authorization and or authentication. Now we need to test our web services. So these are the tools. It is important to test the web service for their functionality, security, and performance. Then automated testing tools can be used to quick and efficient test the web service. So we can also use the manual testing, but these tools helps us to find the quickly and efficiently testing. Then additionally, the manual testing is there can be used to test the web services for any potential issues. So first one is the Postman tool, then Apache JMeter is there and Catalan is there. So these are the various tools of the testing the RESTful web services. Then deploying a RESTful web service. Again, as we tested a RESTful web service, it is time to deploy the RESTful service. So deploying a RESTful web service requires a thorough understanding of the web servers and its associated technologies. Then it is important to ensure that the web service is properly configured and it is secured. Then these are the results. So here in the first, it will give the ID number and the content as a hello world simply. Then the next web service is, again it will increase the ID number and it will print content that we will provide to it. As a here I am providing it as a Nikhil, then it will print as a hello Nikhil. So coming to the conclusion, RESTful web services provides the developers with a powerful and efficient way to access the data from a web service, as they are high, secure, scalable, and easy to use. Then once the web services is deployed, it is important to monitor for the potential user issues or security vulnerabilities. Then with the right tools that the Postman is there, knowledge developers can create a powerful, secure RESTful web service. So these are the some references that I have referred. Yeah, thank you.
Please move on to next one.
Okay, so this is the fifth one, that is implementing the security in the Java web applications. So these are the contents: introduction, Spring security architecture, how the Spring security works, then authentication is there, authorization is there, access control in the Java, XML signature in Java, then conclusion, references. So basically this is introduction. Spring security is a powerful and highly customizable authentication and access control frameworks. Spring security is a framework that focuses on providing both the authentication as well as authorization to the Java web applications. So basically this is the architecture where there is a client, and basically this is a filter chain. So there are three filters, and at the end there is a servlet is there. Now how the Spring security works. So first here starts with the filter authentication, then it sends to the authentication manager, then again it sends to the provider manager, then it will connect with the user detail service by using the authentication provider. So authentication, basically it is a process of verifying and presented identify of a user. So basically automation based and additional data, the identify of users are checked for providing access to the system. So by using, we can protect them by using the passwords, one-time PIN, and biometrics, and authentication apps. Authorization. Authorization in a system security is the process of giving the user permission to access a specific resource or a function. Then Java provides APIs to secure network communication with the methods. The encryption is there, message integrity is there, client and server authentication. So access control in Java. So we can achieve the access control in Java by using the classes policy and permissions mediated through the security manager class. Security manager is a part of the java.lang package and is responsible for enforcing the access control checks in Java. Then XML signature in Java. So Java XML digital. So Java XML digital signature API is encapsulated in the package that is the Java XML.crypto. So there are three methods: detached, enveloping, and enveloped. So detached is nothing but this type of signature is over the data that is external to the signature element. Then enveloping is the signature is over the data that is internal to the signature element. and enveloped is signature over the data that contains the signature element itself. So basically these are the results. Here first it will simply print the welcome message and click here to see a greeting. So whenever we click there, then it asks for the username and password. So this is the Spring security that I have used in the application. So whenever we put the correct username and the password and click on the sign in, then it will simply print the message that whatever is there. So for securing the Java application, Spring Security plays an important role. Then Spring Security provides a convenient way to implement authentication as well as authorization. Then it provides application security for the topmost application layer of the OSI model. And by using the Spring Security, I have built an application and applied security to it. So these are the some references. Thank you.
If
Okay,
you
sir.
have any more presentation, you can continue.
No, sir.
All done. All the presentation are done, right?
Yes, sir. Done. I'm done.
Okay. Okay, so you have given presentation on SAG DRDO and then Caesar Cipher building simple Java web application, developing RESTful and implement security in Java application, right? You can just give me thumbs up on reaction. You don't have to turn your mic on.
Yes, sir. I'm done. All the five presentations.
So now going on to review. So for the scientific analysis group, okay.
Okay, sir.
See, when you are giving a presentation, you can focus on few things like pick a problem statement and then work on that.
Okay,
So
sir.
what it means is, suppose what is scientific analysis group? Okay. First start with why we actually needed scientific analysis group, why it was formed. Okay. And then tell me what is scientific analysis group. Then go on to speak about the mission, vision, and everything. At the end, I want the notable things that scientific analysis group has done, and then go for the references. And at the end, you can add a simple conclusion to wrap up what is scientific analysis group. Like, just tell me, like, this was scientific analysis. We have already seen it in the presentation. Just a simple one definition. And then you can say, if you have any question answer, you can ask me, and then you can wrap up your presentation. That was all you needed to do. But you didn't include references or conclusion or Q&A slide, okay, in your first presentation.
Yes,
And we give scores, separate score for that. Okay, so if you receive less marks for that, then you need to know why you will receive. Okay,
okay,
and
sir.
I believe it was made clear that you need to include on this point. Now coming to your next point, that is Caesar Cipher. Now Caesar Cipher is actually a presentation that is really interesting because you can make a story level presentation on that. Okay, you can easily create a story out of it. Because when we are talking about cryptography, so you can start why we needed cryptography. What was the need of cryptography? Start with a simple question: why we need cryptography? Then explain what is cryptography, and then you can move on to explain what is Caesar cipher, like how we went on to Caesar cipher from cryptography, and then explain about Caesar cipher, the history of Caesar cipher, what is Caesar cipher. Then give a example on Caesar cipher, explain few more example, and then you can wrap up. But again, when you have presentation like this, you must give a live demo. You did include the screenshots, but demo also needs to be there because you get separate score for that. Okay, and you need to include the demo because you have included the screenshot, you will get marks for that, so don't worry about that. Okay, and again, your in this you have included the reference, you have included the conclusion, but there was no Q&A slide. Okay, now moving on to your third presentation, that is building simple Java web application. Now for the simple Java web application, how your story could have started was, okay, so we have Java, then like how we innovated to web application domain, how Java can be used for the web application domain, and why use Java, because there are a lot of competitors. Okay, you can do a simple differentiation to have some so that your viewers will have some kind of curiosity, like what is going on in this presentation. You can always make your presentation unique with this kind of ideas. Then go on with like a simple project, like this is the project that we will build, and then say how you have built that project. Okay, so the on YouTube we have a lot of project based tutorial. So they make a tutorial based on project. So you can have your presentation based on project. Say that this is my presentation and then break down your project, how you have created it. Then it will make it more exciting and more easier for your viewers to understand it. Again, in the building simple Java application, you included the reference and conclusion, that is good thing, but you forgot the Q&A step. Now, your fourth presentation was developing a RESTful web service. Now, this is a presentation really hard to come up with a story, okay? Because it is more of a factual, because we are only focusing on one thing, that is RESTful API. And you did a really good job explaining that. So out of all the presentation, this was one of the best presentation that we have given today, okay? Again, in this one, you didn't have the Q&A, and I believe the from like presentation wise it could have been more in depth, okay, but what was there, it was a good content, I would say. Okay, so it is okay. Now coming to your fifth, that is implementing security in Java application. It is again same as RESTful. You had good content, but you could have created a story out of it, okay, like why security, and then what are the other things, like have some kind of question to, so that your viewers will listen, like okay, why. Okay, always find a why and then go to how and then go to what and then come down to like your conclusion. Okay, so you're developing RESTful and security was good, I would say, but again you didn't have Q&A slide on those ones. Okay, so we'll get scored by sir tomorrow. Okay, so your presentation are all of them. Okay, then we'll move on to next person. Thank you, Nikhil.
Okay, thank you, sir. I will try to improve the presentations again.
Yeah, so we'll move on next person. Okay, I have noted down all your presentations. Okay, sorry, I believe I was having some information. So thank you, Nikhil. We'll move on to Anchal Paraheta.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good evening. You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, I don't have any presentation today. I have one doubt. Sir, on 29th March, I assigned for the new task and I got two new tasks at the same time. So I completed one of them and I am ready for that presentation. I scheduled that presentation, but I received the presentation mail of the task which is not yet completed.
That is not an issue. I will just check your name. So when you receive two presentations, so you can complete one and you can ask for the deadline extension for the next one. Okay, I believe you have completed one. So even if your topic was different, you can just tell me that you will give presentation for a particular topic. I will note it down for that one.
Okay, and sir, I receive two tasks at the same time. So what I have to do for that?
You can go to technical chat
End date
and
of
let them
both
know.
the task was 5th April. So I completed one, but one is not yet completed.
Not an issue. You can say that you accidentally got two tasks and then increase the extension for the second task. You have already completed the first task. If you don't get any reply from the technical chat, you can go to Trello common board and post your query there also.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I'm not scheduled for the presentation, right?
No, sir, my presentation is on 14th April.
Okay, you can come to
Okay,
14
so
after. And
I can go with my presentation of task third, which is completed. Is it fine?
no, no, you have to schedule presentation.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank you
you.
for your general queries. I believe all of the presentation and general queries are done. Then we can wrap up the meeting for today. Okay, you guys can leave now. Okay, I believe all the presentation and general queries are done. Then we will end today's presentation meeting. Thank you for joining. If your presentations are left, then you can certainly join tomorrow and give your presentations. Okay. So thank you for joining. You guys can leave now.